Hey gorgeous, welcome back to Life in Style. Today's video is going to be a declutter video. I have been doing these pretty steadily over the last several weeks. I'm just really in the mood to pare down my collection because I think once you look at everything and you see how much you have, it is just sometimes such a waste. I know that, doing what I do, having a YouTube channel, I buy new makeup to review and to try and that sort of thing. But what I really, really want to do is just keep the things that I truly love and truly am using. So today's video is going to be my single eyeshadow collection, and then we're going to move on to palettes. So let's go ahead and get started. These that you see here are the ones that I'm going to begin with. So I can tell you right off the bat, I'm going to get rid of these two Ulta single shadows. I purchased these some time ago and swatched them several times. I don't even know if this one's, is this one open? It is open, okay. I swatched these several times and just didn't find that they were good, swatched on my hand. I was very, very disappointed. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix the light here so you can see that a little better. Just really was not impressed at all. So that's what that looks like. It's kind of like a maroony purple color. So I'm definitely going to get rid of that one. And then the next one I have is just a regular matte black. This was so disappointing. I've had matte blacks that I've tried, that I've swatched and have been absolute perfection. So for me, I kind of took that as it wasn't going to be really good on the eyes. So, and I have so many matte blacks, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass these along. Maybe someone else can get better use out of them. The next one I have here is a NYX Vivid Brights cream shadow, and it's just a regular green cream shadow. I am going to keep this because I tend to use these types of shadows for Halloween looks, this specifically for a Joker look that I was doing, and it is a very, very good product, so I am going to go ahead and keep that one. The next one I have here is a Fiona Styles cream shadow. Ulta had these on sale, a really good sale. I think I got this for about $5 some time ago. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what the inside looks like so you can see the product itself. So that's what the product looks like. It's kind of a cream moussey purple shadow. I've used this once and it was okay. It's not something that I continuously reach for. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put this in an everyday makeup drawer for next month. And if I don't find that I use it, I'm going to go ahead and then declutter it. Because again, the product itself was very good. It's just something that I don't reach for often. So I think I'm going to do that. And if I find that I'm still not reaching for it, I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. The next one is from Butter London. This is the Butter London Plus Pantone Glaze and Eye Gloss. This is from the Pantone color of this year. I definitely want to show you what this looks like on the inside. It's basically like the Fiona Styles shadow, but this is very, very glossy from what it seems like, hence the name, I'm assuming, eye gloss. I actually put this in my video that is going to be going up shortly for my everyday makeup drawer. So this is going to be in there for this month. It is a newer purchase of mine. I cannot wait to use it. These eye glosses have gotten very, very good reviews. So unless something big happens in the next month that it just really, breaks down or doesn't work as well as I thought it was, I'm definitely going to keep this in my collection. So the shadows you see right in front of you here are from Dose of Colors. These are their Ideal Duos. These have been out for quite some time. I actually got these at IMATS last year in New York City because I had been wanting them, but I didn't want to pay the price that they were selling them for. I forget what the retail price is and I forget what I paid for them on sale. But these got really good reviews. As you can see, they are not used yet. I have swatched them. This one actually is in my everyday makeup drawer for this month. So again, same thing as the Butter London. If, it proves to be not great, then I will declutter it, but I do want to keep these. This is one of those things where, again, you have so much that it's hard to use everything. So that's another reason why I'm trying to pare things down. But these overall, from people who have reviewed them, have gotten really, really great reviews. So I do want to keep these in my collection. Moving on to this Charlotte Tilbury Cream Shadow. This is the Eyes to Mesmerize in Cleopatra, and I actually showed this in that same video. This is also in my everyday makeup drawer for March. As you can see, it's this gorgeous kind of green peacock color. Just fabulous, and I have used this in the past many times and I love it, so this is something that is definitely going to stay in my collection. I don't find that it kind of breaks down on my eyelids. A lot of time cream shadows, especially for people with oily eyelids, do not work out so well, but this product so far has done me well and I really do love it. Moving on to these 3 Revlon cream shadows. These are basically kind of a dupe for the color tattoos that people rave about, and for good reason. These are okay, and not okay isn't just okay, they work well. This is again another product that I don't find myself reaching for a lot. I am going to get rid of 2 of these, but I'm going to keep 1. So the 2 I'm going to declutter are this green one here, and I'll open it so you can see what it looks like, which is really nice, a really pretty iridescent, kind of a mossy green color, which is really nice. And I have used it, but again, just don't find myself reaching for it too much. And then this one is more kind of a charcoal gray, I guess, but it's got an iridescence to it as well. It is very pretty, but it's not something that I reach for often. So I am going to pass these 2 along to somebody else. This one, though, I am going to keep. This is one of the very prettiest champagne colored cream shadows that I have ever seen, have ever used, have ever owned. So this is going to stay here because I love to use this not only for my inner corner, but if I want to do like the inner part of my eye, a really iridescent kind of light color, I tend to reach for this because it's just really good, beautiful, and lasts a really long time. So again, the other ones are just because I don't reach for them often, but the formula of these shadows is really, really very good. Next, I have this Anastasia waterproof cream color. This is in the color Ice Blue. This is no longer made, so I am not gonna get rid of it. It is just a very interesting color. I don't even know like really what kind of blue to call it, except like it says an icy blue. I do not own anything like this really in my collection, so I do want to go ahead and keep it. I have used it several times and I do like the way it looks. The next thing I have is this CoverGirl Katy Cat Pearl Cream Shadow. And this, like the Revlon Color Stay, is kind of a champagne-y color. Because I have the other one, I am going to go ahead and declutter this one. It is good. I've used it a couple times, but again, a product that I don't reach for too often. And because I have the one from Revlon, which I absolutely love, I'm going to go ahead and pass this along to someone who can use it. The next one I have here is a L'Oreal single. This is the Color Riche, I believe it is, and this is in Noir C'est Noir. I purchased this when I did a video including all of the Allure 2017 beauty winners, and this is one of the items that I was readily able to get my hands on. This is going nowhere. It is a fabulous, fabulous single eyeshadow, and even though I have blacks, it is just so good, so dark, so matte. Stays where you put it, blends out beautifully. So, you know, because of that, I'm definitely going to hold on to this. We're going to move on to this. This is a cream shadow. It's the Metallic Shadow Cream and Powder from the Estee Edit line from Estee Lauder, which is no longer being sold. I got this at, you know, if you go to outlets, they always have like an outlet cosmetic store. So that's where I got this. And because it's blue, of course, I had to have it. It's almost like the Ideal Duos. So you've got your cream color there, which is a gorgeous blue. And then underneath you have the iridescent kind of shimmer that you put on top. I'm not going to open it only because I have used this a lot and it tends to spill everywhere, but this is an excellent shadow, so I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this. So the last one in this little cluster is from Natasha Denona. This is the Blackest Black Matte Shadow. It's just a single shadow. It is truly one of the very best matte blacks that I have ever used. A newer purchase of mine. I've only had it for a few months. I have been using it constantly whenever I need a black and it doesn't, you know, I'm using a palette that perhaps doesn't have one and I need to dip into a matte black. I'll just grab this quickly and it works wonders. So this also is not going anywhere and will be staying in my collection. This is definitely for me too. I mean, you know, I'm going through the ones that I'm keeping, but this is a high recommend from me. If you can find it, it's always sold out. I got mine, I believe, on Sephora, but you can also get it on Beautylish. But just keep checking back or put your email in and they'll alert you as to when it's back in stock. One of the very best that I have ever tried. So we're going to move on to a bunch of Milani singles that I have, and I actually have two more that just didn't fit in this frame, so I will show them to you after. I wanted to open them all up to kind of go through each and every one of them, and I'm going to zoom you in just a bit to hopefully help you see the colors of this, of the ones that I have here. These shadows are really good formula. Again, we get into the situation, and you're probably going to hear me say this a lot throughout these next several videos for eyeshadows, is that I don't reach for them as often as I should. I am going to keep some and I am going to declutter some. Definitely going to keep the matte black. I just repurchased this. I had this and loved it, and it fell and broke. So I definitely wanted to repurchase it. So I am going to keep the black. This pink that I have here, I'm also going to keep this. I think it's Bella Fuchsia, if I'm not mistaken. It is just an excellent, beautiful, like jewel toned pink. These two grays here, I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter these. I got these again because they're very inexpensive. They're beautiful for display, and I have used these shades, but I'm not reaching for them as much as I should. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter these two. The two purples I'm definitely going to keep. If you watch my channel, you know I absolutely love purple smoky eyes, and I do reach for these shadows often when I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and close these up. I'm going to get rid of these two gray ones here, and the rest of these will be kept. So I'm just going to open these two here that, like I said, didn't make it into the frame earlier. These also very, very beautiful. This is, yep, Bella Copper, and this is Bella Bronze. I tend to use Bella Copper more than I do Bella Bronze, so I'm going to keep the copper and go ahead and declutter the bronze one. So I'm going to get those out of the way. And then back here, this light blue, which is absolutely gorgeous, doesn't show up on my eyes the way I like it to, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. The navy blue, of course, I'm going to keep because I love my navy blue smoky eyes as well. And I'm also going to keep the white. This is a gorgeous matte white. If you like those types of colors to like highlight your brow bone and inner corner, if you don't like shimmery shadows to highlight the brow bone, this is a wonderful option. So I'm going to go ahead and keep those two. Now these three I'm kind of on the fence about. The green is absolutely gorgeous, and I do like to use green for green smoky eyes. This one here, which is Bella Sand, I don't find myself using a lot, so I think I'm going to get rid of that one. And then this one is Bella Champagne, which is really pretty on the eyes as well. So I think I am going to keep these two because I do use these more than the others that I decluttered. Next, we're going to go through my ColourPop single eyeshadow collection. These are the Super Shock shadows. And the only reason why I'm doing these in like smaller sections is because these tend to dry out and I don't want to have all of them open at the same time. So we're going to start out with these lighter colors here. This iridescent white I use all the time, so that is definitely not going to go anywhere. As you can see, this is just really nice for the inner corner or even like the bottom lash line if you want to do the inner part of the eye really iridescent like. This is absolutely gorgeous, and this shade is in Tassel. So that's what that looks like, which is just absolutely gorgeous. So the yellow you see here is, let's see, what is this? Glow Sticks. So it's just a regular yellow. I may have used it once, and I don't even know if I've used this. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I got this to maybe do like a Halloween look or something, but never really used it. So I will pass this along. This lighter green here, which is in Fizz, is very nice if you are doing a green eye look and want a little iridescence with that green look, because not only does this have iridescence, but you do get a little bit of the green color. Sometimes you'll, put some of these shadows on and you can see glitter, but not really the color, but this one you can. And then this one, which is also a green, is called Cusp. As you can see, I've used this quite a bit. This is another one that is very iridescent, but you do get the green coming through. So I am going to I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter Fizz because I don't use it as much as this color. And so I will keep the darker green color. So this one right here, as you can see, it looks kind of like a tie-dye shadow there. Hopefully the camera will pick that up soon. But you could see it's basically almost like a unicorn mermaid type of thing. You can see purple and teal and like a champagne coloring, really very pretty. This is called Pop Rocks. This is definitely going to stay. I've used this extensively and do use it a lot when I want a lot of shimmer in my eye look. So this will stay in my collection. Okay, and the next 5 that I have here, as you can see, are pretty much a lot of that kind of wine grayish type of colors. These 4, let me make sure, yes, are mattes. And this is a shimmer here. So I know already that I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one, which is a lighter gray color. It is a matte color. It's nice, but I don't reach for it as often as I did when I first got it. And this one is in Girl Crush. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. The second one I have here is kind of a darker gray color, also a matte. This one's called Party Time. Again, these are ones that I don't tend to reach for too often, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one as well. This one here is one that I love very much and have used quite often. I'm hoping the camera can pick up on that color. It is a matte color, and this is the K-Pop in Beverly, but this is one that I use quite often, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. This one here is another one that I use quite often, and I'm hoping the camera will pick up on that because it's just a pretty iridescent color. So this really isn't a matte. I had said it was a matte, but it's not. There is some shimmer there to it, and this is Porter, which is from one of Kathleen Light's collections. It's really very pretty. Her shadow colors, I just love them so much. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one in my collection. And then this one is Stereo, which also has like flecks of gold burgundy type of shimmer, and as you can see, it's kind of in the same vein of coloring, but I use this one as well, so I'm going to keep this one in my collection. The next 6 that you see here, I'm going to keep most of these because these are some of my very favorite shadows. I really do like the iridescent shadows, the Super Shock, more than the mattes. This one I'm going to go ahead and get rid of or declutter, just pass along to someone else. This is in the shade Daddy. It's a nice purple shade, but I have so many purple colors that I don't really reach for this one that much, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this along to someone else. So the next one I have here is this gorgeous iridescent blue, as you can see there, and this is in School Bus. The blues, the purples, they always call out to me, but this is an absolutely gorgeous iridescent color on the eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. Then this one here is my absolute favorite blue from the ColourPop shadows that I have. I talk about this all the time. This is in Luckfully. This is one, as you can see, it is ravished. This is one that I tend to use when I'm doing a blue smoky eye. I will pop this like on the center of the lid, just kind of like over my eyeball type of thing, and it gives such a gorgeous iridescence. The next one I have here is in Rex, which is an interesting shade. It's kind of like Luckfully, but it has more of a green. They have like green flecks and little purple flecks in there as well. This is absolutely stunning on the eyelid, so I am going to be keeping this one as well. Now these two here are the same shade. This is the purple counterpart to Luckfully, which is the blue one that I showed you earlier. That was, you know, I have used the absolute shit out of it. This is one that I reach for when I am doing a purple smoky eye and I want a little bit of glitz and glamour on the eyeball area, just on the middle of the lid. This is in Dance Party, one of my favorite all-time purple shadows. And then this is also Dance Party, but it is just a backup because I just needed to make sure that I had it. God forbid they discontinue it or something happens, I always have a backup of this shade. So these are the last 6 Super Shock shadows that I have from ColourPop. The black is definitely going to stay, that's a given. These two greens down here, I just have to quickly take a look at them because they kind of look the same to me. Midnight here though has it's a little darker green, even though it's still an iridescent green. And then this one here, which is Hammered, I have used this a lot. So I think I'm gonna keep Hammered and declutter the other one. This is also a gorgeous green, iridescent, but it's just a little lighter than the one I just showed you. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one. So like I said, I'm gonna keep the black. The matte black is very nice. I have used this quite often and do like it. So these last three here, I am gonna keep these two because I've used these two a lot. This one I've used, but it's more of an orangey type of color. It's called Erotic. As you can see there, it's kind of got a lighter shift than a red, even though it kind of looks like a red, but it's more of an orangey iridescent color. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. And then this one here is Bento Box, which was part of their Hello Kitty collection. So that's what it looks like there. And then this one is Weenie, which is another one from a Kathleen Lights collection. So those two are gonna stay with me here. The next single eyeshadows I have are in a organizer. This is from By Allegory. They make all kinds of you know, makeup organizers. I think everybody has heard about them. Lip glosses, compacts, eyeshadows, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and start in the front here. All of these that you see here are Essence shadows. Let me just open this up. So that's what an Essence shadow looks like. I think most people have seen these. These are very, very inexpensive shadows. And I have several here, as you can see. I have some from the Velvets collection, this gray one here. And then I have this silvery one here, and then this one here, which is Keep Calm and Berry On. That is a very, very nice color. I am gonna keep this one and just declutter the others because I don't find that I use those. I have used this a lot and do like the way this looks on the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. The next three you see here are from Kat Von D. These are her, I never remember these. These are the Metal Crush eyeshadows. This one is in Danzig, which is the purple one. And it's very, very good. Her eyeshadows anyway are just spectacular quality. So these are definitely gonna stay with me. But that is the purple one, and that's in Danzig. And then this one is the blue one, and this is in Paranoid. And that's what that looks like. They tend to have a little shimmer to them. These are not matte shadows, so if you're thinking that they are not. They do add a little shimmer to whatever look you are going for. And then the last one, of course, is a green, and this one is an Iggy, which is just one of the prettiest greens I have ever seen and have ever used. These definitely get a lot of use in my collection, so these are shadows that are gonna stay here. These two in the back are from Absolute New York. Again, a green and a purple. I'll show them to you quickly. I purchased these at IMATS last year in New York and still have not gotten around to using either one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these. And this is the purple one here. They were pretty inexpensive, I think like $3.50 or something like that. So they weren't an expensive type of eyeshadow. But again, I'm not using them, so I'm gonna pass these along. Now, starting here in the front, this is a small shadow from Nomad that I got, I wanna say in a BoxyCharm or Ipsy bag, I'm not sure. I keep not decluttering this. Every time I go through my collection, I haven't necessarily decluttered on camera all the time. Sometimes I'll just go through stuff. This is such a beautiful color, but I have yet to use it. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. The next two I have are from Art and CN. These are, let's see, they're Monster Manuka Honey Enriched Pigments. And this is in Royal. Both of them are in the same color. So I'm just gonna show you one. These are fantastic shadows, really, really good quality. They show up on the eyes beautifully. They just look so, so gorgeous on the eyes, so I'm definitely gonna keep these. I use these constantly. The next one I have is a NYX Prismatic color in blue. I had a bunch of these for a while, and I went ahead and decluttered a bunch because I wasn't using them, but kept the blue because it was just so beautiful. And so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use this next month in an everyday makeup drawer if I find that At that point, I am not really using it. I will go ahead and declutter it. But I mean, look how gorgeous that iridescence is, right? But again, if I find that I'm not going to use it, I'll go ahead and pass it along. The next one I have is a Sigma individual shadow. It's Topaz eyeshadow, and I got this when I had gotten my pro membership approved by them. They send you this whole packet, and they send you well, they sent me this shadow. I'm not sure if this is what people constantly get, but it's a pretty nice shadow, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I have used it a few times, and I like this for kind of carving out my crease and also as a transition shade. The last four I have here, let me just take them out of here for you. These are L'Oreal Infallibles. L'Oreal Infallibles are some of the very best cream shadows that I have used. And I've used these quite often. So I have a green here, a silver, a navy blue, which is absolutely gorgeous, and then a lighter blue. So I am going to go ahead and keep these. If you haven't tried the Infallibles from L'Oreal, go and get a color that you know you would use. They are just so good. They dry down, don't move, look great. Very vibrant. So these are really, really good shadows, and the fact that they are drugstore makes them even better. So I'm going to go ahead and keep all four of these. Then the next shadows that I have, all of these are from SugarPill, and then these two are from Shea Moisture. I ordered these some time ago, and I've used them, but not a lot. I am definitely going to pass these along because, again, I just don't reach for them that often. The SugarPill shadows are some of the very best shadows that I have ever tried. This green and this red here I had gotten to do, and actually the blue, I'll put that together there. The green was to do a Joker look for Halloween, and then the red and the blue were to do the Harley Quinn look. Again, because the quality is there and I knew I was going to get really vibrant payoff is the reason why I purchased these. I have used these for other things, but this was a specific reason I had gotten these three colors. Now the two in the back, which of course are purple and are my favorites. This one, Poison Plum, I have used so much on this channel when I've done purple smoky eyes. You guys have seen this. If you've seen any of my purple smoky eye videos, I have used this shade a lot. This is a lighter purple, and I will pull this in sometimes to just add a little more depth and dimension underneath Poison Plum. But again, these are all going to stay in my collection. The next couple of shadows are from MAC, and then these three are from Etude House. I've used these a lot, and my husband got them when he went over to Korea. And so they're going nowhere only because of the fact that he got them abroad, and I want to keep them. But I will say that I've used them, and I do like them. They were surprisingly very, very good. So definitely not going anywhere. As far as the MAC shadows go, this one is the Selena shade from the Selena collection that came out some time ago, and there was a whole fiasco with that. That's going nowhere. I don't care if it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this thing could smell like feet and it would go nowhere. So Selena stays right here. Then this one back here is Carbon, which I got as a free gift. This is their matte black, so that's staying. We have a jumper. I have used this before, and actually have had like 2 of these before that I have purchased, so that's gonna stay. This color right here is called Ruddy, which is kind of a slight iridescent, I don't know, burnt orange, if you will, shade, which is very nice. I have used this quite often, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that as well. Now these 2 shades are from the Troll collection. I purchased these because they were on sale. The blue, of course, I've used constantly. And then this one, which is in Paradisco, I haven't really used too much, but I am not ashamed to say that I am going to keep them because of the packaging. Again, the blue I've used quite extensively, but not this one. So those are going to stay in my collection. The next several shadows that you see here are the NYX Primal colors. These went on sale quite some time ago. I want to say I got them for maybe $3 a piece online. And the reason why I ordered what they had, I want to say I ordered every color, is for the purposes of Halloween stuff, or just in case I need a shade that I don't have in another palette. Again, the red and the blue were purchased to help me do the Harley Quinn look, the green for the Joker look. And again, I just got the rest of these because they were on sale. I have used several of them and really do like them. Packaging is really nice as well. So I am going to go ahead and keep these. I think that because they were so inexpensive, I don't mind keeping them even if I use some of these just once a year, because I don't want to have to keep buying every single year if I'm going to do a specific look. So definitely recommend these if you're in the market for very, very vibrant colors that are not very expensive. These primal colors from NYX are very good. And then the last shadows from this organizer, this actually up front is a set, and I have talked about this quite a lot on this channel. This has been a set that's been part of my favorites. I've used it in a Get Ready With Me as well. I'm not sure about a tutorial, but I have used pieces here and there in certain videos. This entire collection up front here is the Pat McGrath Dark Star 006 set. It was an expensive set, but it was worth every single penny. I do not regret this purchase whatsoever. And actually it came with a brush as well and a like a fat black eyeliner, which is just gorgeous. So this first shadow here, this is called the Ultraviolet Blue Pigment. This is pretty much the reason why I purchased this set. There is nothing quite like this shadow anywhere in my collection. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the next two you see here, this is called the Astro White Pigment, and this is called the Mercury Pigment. Basically, you start out with the black, you put the blue on, and then either one of these colors, and it causes the blue to just shift to this, the most gorgeous glittery iridescent color ever. So these two are just absolutely beautiful as well. The black is really good. I've used this so much and I've hardly made a dent in it, so I know I'm going to have it for a very long time. And then the last piece of this set is an eye gloss. And as you can see, it's pretty iridescent, and it is an eye gloss, so it's not going to dry down. I'm thinking of maybe putting together an editorial look using this collection, only because it lends itself to that type of tutorial type of look, just this type of thing that you would use for pictures or, you know, special night out or whatever. Eye gloss is absolutely gorgeous. I've only used it once and really didn't like it because it's a little goopy, but again, I think this lends itself to an editorial type of, you're going to wear for a couple of hours look that is just above and beyond and just something that really, really needs to get people's attention. So that is the last part of that. That set is, of course, going nowhere. It is the one that I reach for most often. I travel with it constantly. I have absolutely no issues with doing so because the looks that I put together with this set are just top notch. The two back here that you see are the Infallible Paints Metallics from L'Oreal, and I purchased these two because I wanted to do some looks with them. And of course, the silver is absolutely beautiful and the pink is absolutely beautiful. I have yet to dip into these, so I am going to go ahead and pass these along to somebody else who could make better use of them. And then the last one I have here is just a single color. It's Maybelline, and I took the the paper off the back, but the reason why I bought this is because I was going to do, I want to say, a mermaid look, and I wanted something very teal. This shadow is just so good. I mean, it's what, $3-4? It is so good, so pigmented, blends out beautifully, and I just love the way it looked on the eyes when I did the look. So this is actually going to stay in my collection. Even though I have some stuff that looks like this, this is just a really, really good shadow. So we've reached the absolute end of my single shadows, and this is the last organizer that I have. This is also from by Allegory. This is a specific organizer for like paint pots and stuff, so I keep these here. These here are color tattoos, and these are Benefit Cream shadows. So of the color tattoos, I am going to keep a few and I'm going to declutter a few. I'm definitely going to keep the black one. You can't find this anywhere. I really haven't seen anywhere else that carries it. after I purchased this. And although it looks dried out, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, I just take a little bit and warm it up like on a palette or something, and it absolutely does the trick. I love to use this to start out like a complete black smoky eye. I'll put this down first on my lid and then shadow over it. The next color that I'm going to keep is this one here, which is Tenacious Teal. This is just an absolutely gorgeous iridescent blue, and I use this quite often. I've used all of these, but some, again, I reach for more than others. And then the third color that I am going to keep is going to be the Bold Gold, and it's just basically a gold color, as you could see there. It's really pretty on the lid, so if I want to put a gold shadow, I just put this down on the lid first, and it just holds on to that shadow beautifully. The thing about these cream shadows, these color tattoos, is that they dry down beautifully, they don't budge, and they stay where you put them. So I am going to go ahead and declutter Chocolate Suede, Vintage Plum, and Edgy Emerald, and then I'm going to keep these three. So moving on to these last four, which are the cream shadows from Benefit. I have used these all. I don't use them as much as I should, I guess, because they are very good shadows, but I do use them. I am going to get rid of two of them, and I'm going to keep two of them. So the two that I'm keeping are this light blue here, and let me see if I can get, oh, yep, Blew My Mind, and let me just show you what that looks like there. So that's just a really pretty light iridescent blue, and it just looks really pretty on the eyes. And of course, I'm going to keep the purple, which is always a bridesmaid. And that's what it looks like there. Again, like a little bit on the pastel-y side, but just really good quality shadows. And then the ones I'm going to pass along are Holy Smokes, which is a darker shade there. And again, a lot of times these things look like they dry out, but if you have anything, you know, like the Inglot, I forget what it's called, but it's kind of a dropper thing that you would put in like gel eyeliners. Oh, the Duraline, I want to say. And it just brings it right back to life. And then this one is No Pressure, which is a lighter brown. So I'm going to pass the two darker ones along to somebody else that could make use of them. And I'm going to keep these two here. So there is a picture of, or an overview of the single eyeshadows that I am going to be decluttering. I mean, as you can see, I still have a lot left, but all of that was sitting in my collection without being used. And again, this is something, these are products that can be passed on to someone else so that they can make use of them, because these products are very good. I just don't reach for them that often. Thank you so much for watching this declutter. I hope it's something you enjoyed. I felt it was very satisfying to kind of start paring down this collection. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also click that little bell so you get alerted as to whenever I upload new content. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.